You know, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest things in sports, media, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and obviously Big Brother and so much more. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Calabrese from Joe, our guest today. It took almost 12 months. We finally got him on the show. He's finally joining us, a fellow Staten Islander. So, you know, those episodes are always great. And yet another former Big Brother house guest.
It's
Yeah.
amazing, right? But he's also an entertainer extraordinaire, former Broadway performer. We welcome our friend Tommy Bracco to the show. Tommy, we have a lot of connections to you that we're going to have fun talking about real soon. But what's up, man? How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm a major fan of Big Brother. So it's been a really fun season. It's been awesome. So I love any opportunity to go on a podcast and talk about the show, but just other things as well, of course. Dive into all those connections,
Yeah.
but Big Brother's where it's at. It was my dream come true, and I'm still such a big fan of the show.
See, I think they should maybe do like a spin-off version. Like obviously, as you know, every few years they cast somebody from Staten Island. So I think they should bring the Big Brother people to Staten Island. They can't escape Staten Island. And they
Yeah.
have to like figure out ways that they have to like take public transportation to Manhattan. And that would be the best challenge. And whoever can get to Midtown from Staten Island first wins the
Yeah.
grand prize.
No,
From
that's so
Tottenville.
true. I still struggle with it. Yesterday, I tried to take the train and the ferry, and it just wasn't coming, and it was on the opposite platform. So I wound up just driving in. I still struggle with that. So even if you're from Staten Island, you might not ace that competition.
Oh man, you'll be waiting a long time, that's for sure. But we
Yeah.
mentioned it. You're from Staten Island. You grew up in Staten Island like us. You
Yeah.
went to you're a Paulo Panther like us, IS
Yes.
75. Miss
Yep.
Stein, she had a
Yep.
tremendous impact on your career. So talk to us about, falling in love with acting and theater at IS 75.
It really did start in IS 75. It was Miss Stein that literally started that changed my life. Um, Miss Stein pushed me to try out for LaGuardia High School. So I tried out for LaGuardia High School, which is the school that the movie Fame is based off of. So it's a performing arts high school in Manhattan. I tried out, I got in, and I went to LaGuardia High School for 4 years of my life. I woke up 5 a.m., took the train, took the ferry, traveled into Manhattan, went to school from 8 a.m. to 4 o'clock, went home, got home by like whatever, 6:15, 6:20, and I went right to dance school. That was my whole high school life. And then after high school, I just started auditioning, and it was going well. And then one thing led to another, and I'm still doing it all these years later. It's like 16 years later, and I'm still performing. It's great. But it all started with Miss Stein.
God bless that woman. She was awesome. I
Yeah.
had a great time with her when I was there. So they say that the Yankees and the Red Sox is the greatest rivalry in all sports. Is LA Dance versus Starstruck the greatest rivalry in Staten Island history? See, I know how to speak your language.
You really do. And it's so funny because no one's brought that up to me in literally I don't even know how many years, but you never were words more spoken that were so accurate. Yes, it was all about that rivalry growing up. And Starstruck took the cake. I'm so sorry, LA Dance, but you didn't stand a chance. If Starstruck was in the question, that's my dance school. If they were in question, no one else stood a chance. Sorry about it.
But we know your go-to dance school. Tell us your go-to diner, bakery, and pizza place in Staten Island.
Diner, I'll go to, I mean, Woodrow Diner is the classic diner for me, but
Mm-hmm.
Annandale Terrace is like pretty much the same menu, the same
Same
owner.
menu, same
So,
owner, yeah.
so we go to Annandale Terrace now, but if I'm looking to be nostalgic, I'll go to the Woodrow Diner. Um, Bakery, Filancino all the way. I'm a big Filancino Royal Crown guy. Um,
Second location just opened in
Yep.
Tauntville, yeah.
Actually just went there this morning for breakfast with my cousin. So
Well,
I
that.
totally, yeah. Big Filancino family. And then pizzeria, it's gonna be Danino's for sure.
All right. We just went to Danino's a few weeks ago. before playing
Okay.
pickleball. And we ordered 6 pizzas, a lot of stuff. Good time.
So good. The best. Sorry, Joey's he's like tiptoeing around. I'm like, let's just
Bring them
speak
in.
what we got going on.
Bring him
Yeah.
in.
He's got to find the keys.
Did you find them? Okay, good. All right, love you. Goodbye. Um, so that's my fiance Joey. He is from the Bronx and he moved in with me on Staten Island. So we live here.
Oh,
It's
big
great.
change.
Big
Huge
change for
change.
him,
Yeah.
yeah. Big change, but yet also way more similar than you would think. The Bronx and Staten Island.
Wow,
Yeah.
could be. So talk to me real quick about we'll call all the Staten Island royalty, the Staten Island reality stars. You're all tight knit. You, Nicole Zanata, Marie Rhoda,
Mhm.
Gina Marie Zimmerman. We got Pooch, and so many more. What
JoJo
kind of
out of
yeah,
Florida.
JoJo.
JoJo?
Two twins that were just on the circle. There's
Yeah,
there's
Spatora
like a big group
twins.
of us.
All
There's
right. So do you guys have some sort of bond together, knowing like we're from Staten Island and we went and we made our name for ourselves, but we represented Staten Island well.
100%. Oh, Christy from my season of Big Brother, she was also from Staten Island. Like
Right.
there's a lot of people. It's not a coincidence that a lot of people from Staten Island get on a reality show. We are
Hmm.
characters. It is an island of people that are just crazy lunatics. And we're a lot of fun. We're very vibrant. We're
Right.
characters.
Yeah.
And you know your
So
characters, which is good.
yeah, but we were just born and bred this way. That's the truth. Like it
Yeah.
really is authentic. That's what people don't understand is like
No.
when I go on a show and I'm talking over like the top, it's like I'm not putting it on. I really am just excited. And when I get excited, my accent comes out more. My
Yeah.
hands come like move more. Like it's truly who I am. But people literally think it's fake. But it's not. It's not. I don't know.
So
It's great.
so obviously you have a highly successful career with Broadway. So when did you decide you wanted to pursue that path? And when you're doing auditions and stuff, did you feel the need like I gotta try to hide my accent? I gotta try to be like a straight and narrow. Talk to me about that audition process
I
to go on
really
shows.
I love these questions that you guys are asking. All right, so when I first started auditioning, I was trying to be the best person in the room. I was trying to be like, I would compare myself to everyone around me in the room with me. And then I learned that who I am, my accent, the fact that I'm 5'3" my like spunky energy, those are my secret weapons. I shouldn't try and like hide them and diminish them. I should embrace them and like highlight them. So, yes, I'm different than most people when I go into an audition room, but different is a great thing. And that's what I had to learn. And I learned it over the years. It took me a bit, but it's my secret weapon. And it's also the reason why I don't get jobs sometimes too. And that's okay. That's just part of it. But now I'm very grateful for it. Like I've really embraced who I am and it feels nice to feel confident and feel proud of who you are. But it wasn't always like that. It took me a little bit to get there for sure.
If it's meant for you, it won't miss you.
Yeah.
Talk about being in Newsies.
Oh, Newsies was amazing. It almost feels like it's like a fever dream. Like it almost feels like it didn't happen to me at this point because I'm so far not removed from it, but like I did it and now I look back and like that person was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like it really feels like it happened to another person, and yet I'm still kind of reaping the benefits from it sometimes. Like I literally just taught a dance class yesterday. It was a Newsies dance class. So like
Wow.
in many ways, it still is here. It's still an active part of my life. Like we just had our bachelor party, and three of my friends that were on the bachelor party were from Newsies. So like
Wow.
they that group, that show made such an impact on my life and it changed it forever. But in the same aspect, it kind of feels like it didn't happen to me. It feels like it happened to like this other kid that I know, like who, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, it's weird, very weird.
Well, this
Well,
bachelor party. Did you have a joint bachelor party? Where was this party taking place?
Yeah, we had a joint bachelor party in Austin, Texas, and it was the
Wow.
best weekend of my life. It was literally insane. I look like crazy still. Like I'm still like recovering. I was a disaster. Disaster, disaster, disaster. But it was literally the best week of my life. We had 27 people there.
Oh,
And
geez. Did you get a
They
house?
all, yeah, we got a big house.
The 27 people must have felt like you're on a reality show.
Honestly, it did. It really did. And things got crazy, just like on a reality show. It was wild. It
Ooh.
was so much fun.
And where's the wedding?
The
Is it
wedding,
local?
since we live in Staten Island, we get married in the Bronx. So
Oh,
that'll be
makes perfect sense.
yeah.
Amazing. Well, that was the compromise.
That was the
Yeah,
compromise.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We're getting
Tom,
married
I
in the
figured you'd push
Roosevelt
for
Room.
like New Jersey.
All right, no, no, no. We're doing the Bronx. This place is great. They have the best food. It's called the Marina Del Rey, and they take
Heard of
care
it.
of like your family there. So like we like that. We like very familial vibes. We don't like proper. We like to like feel like you're going to like, I don't know, like a family member's house.
Yeah.
Even when we go to restaurants, like I don't like to go to fancy restaurants that are like, you know, the table's perfectly set. Like I like to like sit there and like get a paper plate and like have a slice of pizza. Like that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah. Anyway.
So we talk about Newsies. Essentially, it provided the infrastructure of your life moving forward, and you're still reaping the benefits from it, right?
Yeah.
So talking about appearing in a couple of films and TV shows, everything that kind of came, immediately after that opportunity.
Oh my God. I mean, Newsies changed my life. Literally, I got to perform on the Tony Awards, win Tony Awards, um, make a cast album, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, an opening night on an original Broadway cast, a closing night in an original Broadway cast, Good Morning America, The View, like all it literally checked off so many bucket list things that I wanted to do. And afterwards, like I said, I'm still teaching. So like I literally, if I wanted to today, I could literally still make a living off of Newsies. I would just have to reach out to all of the schools you could find out which schools are doing Newsies across the country. If I just reached out, which I've done this before, like when I'm like not working, you reach out. Well, actually, I didn't reach out. My best friend Adam did. We usually teach together. He like takes care of all the administrative work. I'm kind of a hot mess. But anyway, so you reach out to the groups that are doing Newsies. You say, "Hey, I would love to come teach a master class." And like sometimes they want to bring you on if they have the budget for it, then like you get to go out there and teach some Newsies stuff. And so like it literally changed my life and I still reap the benefits mostly through teaching, but who knows if I didn't get Newsies, maybe I wouldn't have gotten Pretty Woman. Maybe then I wouldn't have gotten Hard Rock and Roll. Like I've gotten to do a few original Broadway casts now, and it really all started from Newsies. That's the truth.
The
Yeah.
Newsies, you made your mark there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're watching Big Brother, you're seeing Alex, you're seeing JoJo, you're seeing Gina
Yes,
Marie, and you're
Alex.
like,
Yes.
I've seen Alex. He's doing the Sweet 16s. I've been there. So you're probably like, all right, let me go ahead. I could do this, right? So what made you decide to apply, and what was that process like for you?
Well, I found out about the show when Alex went on because Alex was my boss. I worked for him at the DJ company. I was dancing
Ah,
for him.
E
So,
squared.
Yep.
yes, E Squared Productions. They're doing our wedding. I can't wait.
Aha. Is
So,
Alex going to be the MC?
I don't know. He might be there. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know we got to figure that out still. But yeah, so I found out about the show when Alex went on. And as soon as I watched the show, I was like, oh, I'm meant to do this show. Like I felt it right away. Like I felt like I was meant to be on, and I felt like I would be really good at it too. I felt like, oh, this is right up my alley. Like this is my forte. Um, so I tried out 4 times, and on the fourth time, I finally got on the show. But it took me a bit. It was not the first time that I tried out when I got on. I
Hmm.
showed up over and over again because they don't like actors, is
Right.
what I was told. They like when you are a regular person. So I kept going back and they're like, we don't really like actors. And I kept saying, I'm gonna make you know me as Tommy the fan. Like acting is, I just am a dancer. Like that's what I do. But like, I am not an actor in that sense. Like I can play a character when I go on the show. Like
Right.
I am a character in life and I get hired to be this character in all the jobs that I do. I don't play a character. I am a character, if that makes sense. So I had to keep going back and they had to get to know me before they finally gave me a chance. And I'm so grateful that they did. I'm grateful that I was on the season that I was on. As rough as it was, the whole entire experience, I
Right.
wouldn't change it for a world for the
And what are
world.
the chances they cast two people for San in one
Well,
season?
well, that's
Was that
what they
was that an
said.
instant alliance when you and Christy realized that?
All right, so here's like the real scoop, the tea on Christy and I. Christy and I lived next door to each other. We were
Wow.
we were very
Wow.
close. We went to the same elementary school together, so we knew each other growing up. But what happened was her and my aunt dated for on and off for 8 years. She came to Christmas, Thanksgiving. Like I said, we live next door to them in this house. Like they live right next door. So I was very close with Christy. Like she was my family. Her and my aunt break up. 2 months later, we wind up on Big Brother together. So it was crazy
What are
timing.
the chances? Wow.
Well, literally, what are the chances? And what we found out was that it was an accident. As far as I know, it was a
Yeah.
mistake that they put both of us on
So,
because
so
Yeah.
one
If
of
they
you,
knew if they knew
one
two
of you
people
was
knew each
supposed to get,
other, they
yeah,
wouldn't
one of
have they
you,
wouldn't have put you both on.
what
right.
happened was the casting guy, he's an amazing person. He's one of my good friends, Johnny. He was the one that found both of us and he pitched both of us. And he said to me, there's no way that they're going to put two gay people from Staten Island on the show. There's just
Right.
no way. It'll
Right.
be one or the other of you. So her and I were talking through all throughout the process. And she told me that she found out she's an alternate. So I said, well, that makes sense. Like I'm the one that got on. I'm so grateful. But like I guess it makes sense to what Johnny said. Like she's not gonna be on. I feel terrible, but that's what it was. I was so sad. I wish that we were on together, but I really did not expect her to be in that house. So now they do kidnap the alternates as well. So we both get kidnapped around the same time. I think it was like a day apart. And what happens is they they take our phones and then I go into the house and she moves into the house too. I had no idea that she was going to be there. I truly was surprised because I thought that there was no world where the both of us would be on. They Big Brother production wound up firing the guy who found both of us. They used him as the scapegoat. They got rid of him, and he's fine. He's doing amazing now. But uh, it's so fucked
It
up.
sounds like he did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But I think it was a mistake that some people in casting told us, no, this was on purpose all along, but
I don't think so.
I
It
No,
don't
I
was
don't
like
think so.
accidental.
Yeah.
they wouldn't have
Because when
fired.
you're in your audition process, you told the Johnny, "Oh, I know Christy, she's auditioning too," or then I don't think you'd bring that up.
It didn't come up like our social medias because we had a couple of pictures together, like literally family pictures, but it just didn't come up and I had no reason to bring it up. She had no reason to bring it up because we were just talking to each other, but we weren't telling anyone that we were talking to each other through this.
Mhm.
And all along, we thought it was going to be one or the other. So then when it was both of us, we were just as shocked. Um, but anyway, she wasn't shocked because she knew that I was going on already, but I was shocked. I was very shocked. So all this said, um, Staten Island makes great reality people. So I'm really grateful that we got that opportunity because she's one of my best friends still. I love her so much. And I'm so grateful that we had that opportunity together. Yeah.
Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Talk about being shocked. Okay, so you knew you were going to be on the show. Now, at the very beginning, there's that scene with the key, and you got to act surprised. Were you genuinely surprised? And
Mhm.
talk about the scramble of finding out, oh my God, I'm gonna be on, but you kind of already had the feeling, and talk about like the hustle preparing to be on the show.
All right, so what they do is they say, we're going to come film a last minute package to pitch to producers. So we're going to come to your hometown. We're going to film you. Let's get some locations, and we're going to pitch it to producers. It's like the last minute um pitch.
Yeah.
And so they come, they film you, and then they give you the key on camera. And you really are surprised when you
Right.
get the key.
Okay. So
You
everything is filmed before, and then it's like, oh my God, they actually did decide to choose me at the end.
They do film you getting the key and being surprised organically, but then they do refilm it a couple of times afterwards to make sure that they got it the right way. So sometimes they use the clips where it's like the second or third time that they film it. It's not the authentic surprise,
Okay.
but they do capture your actual surprised reaction on film. And you really
So
don't know that that's what's happening when you're filming. And I've also heard of them coming to film people and them not getting a key. So like they really do
do
their
it on
best to
purpose.
mix it
Yeah.
up on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're
That's
always
good
on
to
Staten
know.
Island, so it's yeah, you never know. Like they're just always
Right.
here. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so what was your favorite and then also your least favorite thing about being on the show? Whether it could be something physically in the house or after the fact with social media or whatnot. Favorite at least favorite thing about being on the show.
All right, my answer is going to be such a cop-out answer. I apologize for that. My favorite thing is easy. That was winning iconic competitions. I got like the fact that like I won Hide and Go Veto, OTEV,
Yep.
and what was the last one? There was another iconic one that I was like, oh my God, I won that one. Um, oh, then it was just the going to the other thing, actually. No. So it was really those two iconic competitions. Like getting to win those was like, wow, I'm on fucking Big Brother, my favorite. Am I allowed to curse? I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
fine.
I'm on Big Brother, my favorite show, and I am like winning my favorite competitions. Like it was so surreal, and like those pinch me moments, like winning an HOH and having everyone jump around you, even getting evicted and talking to Julie Chen Moonves, like every single bit of the experience was my dream come true. And the wall comp, even though I lost, like hanging on to that freaking wall was so, I don't know, just like a feeling like I'll never, ever, ever forget. So my favorite part were the competitions. That was my favorite part. Least favorite part, but yet I'm also really grateful for it, was, no pun intended, was coming off of the show and hearing all the controversy with our season and hearing how people were hurt from things that went on and having to deal with all of that afterwards. I felt it was a very difficult time, but I'm grateful for it because it really pushed me to grow and changed me for the better. So as tough as it was, I'm grateful for that experience and for that change. So that would be my least favorite part, but I love where it led me. So I wouldn't take it back if and the other thing is my season had a lot of controversy with bullying, racism. There was a lot of shit that went on in that house. And much as I hate that people had to experience those things and go through the pain and trauma, our season was the catalyst for change. It wasn't until after our season that we saw a big shift in Big Brother, and it's a shift that needed to happen.
Mhm.
I'm grateful that I was a part of a season that led to it. We're the reason for the change. And as fucked up as that is, I like the change that we've gotten in the franchise. It was very necessary, and I'm happy to be a part of that. I'm the catalyst for change. So that's that answer, the positive and the negative of it.
What was the worst physical thing about the house?
What was what?
worst thing about the house? Was it the lighting in the bedrooms? Because everybody always has one particular thing that they didn't like about the house.
All right, I don't know if this like will make sense, but like, do you ever get that feeling when you know the feeling when you don't make your bed and you stay in your PJs all day? Like you feel good at first, but then you feel like a lazy piece of shit and like it feels not good. Imagine feeling like that feeling, that lazy piece of shit feeling for 99 days straight. You're just like living in your sluggish state. I'll call it. No one made their beds. Everyone stayed in PJs all along. No one worked out. No one got sunshine. Like just living in that sluggish state for 99 or 86 days I did was the toughest part.
And what was the worst competition when you were on the show?
Um, Honestly, when I was on the show, I loved all of my competitions, but some of the competitions that they play now, I'm like, oh, I would have fucking hated this one.
I can't even watch the tiny tweezer thing. Oh, that kills me.
Yeah, like we didn't do that tiny tweezer shit. And
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God, like it doesn't even look fun. It doesn't feel
no.
iconic, even though it showed up so many times. I'm not into it. I'm not into the tiny tweezer. You know which one we played that I actually hated was look at these three posters and figure out which one has the difference or which one
Oh,
we're talking about from the
that's a good
prom.
one.
I don't like that one. I didn't like that one. I didn't do well in that one. And that's my least favorite probably.
And do you think that if you were approached to do an all-star season,
Yes.
because
Sign me
you
up.
were definitely you were that's
I'm
it? Just
ready.
sign me
I'm
up.
ready. I'm
All-star
in
season of
CrossFit.
all Staten Islanders only.
The truth is, they've had a lot of great gay representation on the show since
Yeah,
I've
they have
like
right.
Michael Bruner.
Michael was a comp beast.
Michael, we got Frankie, we got you, and we got Heisem. That four
Isom
comp
was
piece
great.
right there.
Heisen was awesome.
Four comp
Um,
piece right there. Imagine going to the show and getting railroaded by you four as you guys just keep racking up competition wins.
Yeah, well, I mean, we would be a good team for sure, but yeah, so I don't see them bringing me back, to be honest with you. I don't like if they didn't bring me back for All Stars uh, right after my season, they're not bringing me back. That's kind of how I feel. I loved it. I had the best time. I have nothing but love for the production and the franchise, but we were a liability to them because we were a very controversial season. So I think that they wanted to steer clear of us, and it's a business. I get why they would want to do that. I hope that they one day want to take a chance on me again and call me back.
Yeah.
I'm in
I hope
CrossFit.
so.
I'm ready to
Tommy,
go.
I hope so.
maybe you could,
You would be great television again,
Tommy, I
and you would have
think
a chance to
at the
win.
very least, I mean, I don't know how they didn't pick you to be an elf on the reindeer games.
Seriously. Oh my
You would do
God.
good on reindeer games too.
I would love it. I would
Yeah.
love it. I love the show. It's like it's my dream. It's literally I'm still just as big of a fan now as I was then. And yeah, I just love I love that it's like not just based on competition, it's social.
Yeah.
It's like the way that you connect with people, the way that you speak with people and listen to them and it's just fascinating to me. It's the study of people.
hmm
It's
Give us a few competitors since your season, not counting the All-Star one, that really impressed you, that didn't win, and you think are great TV. And if there is an
Uh,
All-Stars, you'd want them to be back on. I mean, I think the clear answers for this season has got to be Tucker, right? Tucker was tremendous TV, so you got to put him on.
he was great TV. Tucker, I
Tucker and Angela
he frustrated me, Tucker, watching him because he would not take himself off the block
made you
when
uncomfortable.
yeah, he made me uncomfortable because I'm like, you won the veto and you're using it on somebody else when you're on the block. You don't care about this game. You just care about being on TV. And I felt like it was disrespectful to the game and people that
interesting.
it rubbed me the wrong
Interesting.
way. It
Interesting.
did. If
I'm
I'm
a
being
super fan and I loved it.
I get it. A lot of people feel like you do, but for me, it rubbed me the wrong way because to me, it was disrespectful. It was like saying, I don't really care about winning. I'm not here to win. I'm here to just make good TV and have fun and
Interesting.
make a big splash. And for somebody who's obsessed with the game, it, I didn't like that. Like, I don't want to see you use the veto on Angela when you're on the block. I want you to use it on yourself and wreak havoc the next week, but I don't want you to chance going home
Hmm.
just like it really it I just didn't like it. I didn't.
Yeah.
It felt like the moves were big and flashy just to have fun. And I while I do appreciate that from a viewer standpoint, as a lover of the game, I didn't enjoy that. But people love him, and I get why people love him. The season stopped being interesting when he left. That's the truth. Like,
True.
I get that too. Like, I really do. I see both sides of the of the coin.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Angela fan.
Ah, she's
Obsessed with
amazing.
Angela. I like Emily.
Angela could have made it to the end, but she turned on Tucker. Tucker was going to take her to the final
I
three,
know.
four. It was a big mistake by Angela. Can't wait to
My
talk to her
guess,
and
my
ask her what
guess,
happened.
my guess is that Leah gets called back to do another regular season, and if they dip into the All Stars, it's either going to be Tucker or Mackenzie because they're going to
Mhm.
want to rep the
Not if
conference from
Mackenzie
this year.
wins. She's not going to be asked back.
Right.
So
I don't know about that. I don't know
I'll
about
say.
that.
I want to see
But
Michael Brunner
she's
on an All-Star season because
yeah.
he was just running through. And Derek X was another one that was a great
Yep.
strategic guy. Then any other season, he may have
Yes.
probably won.
Yes. I'm looking at that season's cast right now. Like from that season, I was drawn to Hannah Chada and Sarah
Yep.
Beth. Like those are the
Yep.
Sarah
players
Beth
that
was
I like.
great.
Interesting.
I
I think
like like
Tiffany
the
might do
talent
it
with
again, I
Edward.
think.
What say that? Sorry, one more time.
Would Tiffany do it again? Because she was
Oh,
Sure,
she was
I'm sure anybody
actually,
would do it
I
again.
don't know how I
sure.
left her off. She's my actual, like, she would be
Yeah.
on my Big Brother Mount Rushmore if I had to pick. Like, I
Interesting.
literally love her. Love how she was out. I like outspoken players. It's not that I don't, but I like people who, like, I don't know, want to freaking win and will do anything to win.
Yeah.
So from that season, Hannah Chada, Sarah Beth, and Tiffany. From 24, Michael Bruner, love. I would like to see Paloma come back. I know that like
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
like
Good, interesting take.
I really think that like she walked into that house and had the entire house wrapped around her finger. That is so impressive. Yes, she lost her mind a little bit. She had a little episode, and I would like to see her come back and be in a healthy mind state, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I would like to see
Did
what
they
she,
give you guys like a psych test or anything going into this
yeah,
game?
they do. They do, but they probably want us to fail a little bit.
To fail a little, right?
We probably don't get 100% on the psych test. We probably all get like around the 70, 65 area. Um, who else? Let me see. I love the way that Taylor played too. I really loved her whole story. But I feel like I would like to see, I'm happy she's doing the round table. Like that's where I want to see her. I want to see her branch into more of the hosting versus the playing now. I would like to see Felicia come
Ah,
back. I loved
she played a
I
Felicia.
really
think
good game.
I think they would ask Siri to do it again, and that's why I said Tiffany because I think they would want redemption for
I
those
think you got
two.
to put Felicia in there with Angela. Ah, I
Yes.
mean, could you imagine the
I would like to
TV?
see Izzy come back. Izzy was a great player, and we didn't see it on the like only if you watch the feeds you saw it, but she got like erased on her edit on the show, but she's incredible. I would love to see her come back. Um, who else from that season? American Corey. I'm big American Corey fans. Love them. Obsessed with them. They're so
Who saw that? Who saw that couple coming?
I mean, yeah, I know. Well,
I mean, the funniest scene to me in the history of Big Brother has got to be the two of them in the shower.
I
I mean, that
know.
was I just couldn't believe they showed that.
Yep.
That's the change that your season sparked.
Yeah,
So
that
Tommy,
was.
talk to us about you get off the show, right? First, I need to know when's the first time you recognized from the show, and also you get your phone back, you turn it on. What's that social media file looking like once you finally
Yeah,
reload social
I
media?
I had gone up to like 200,000 followers. It happened overnight. It was really crazy. It was so weird to just see that number go up. And I was like, holy shit, this is weird.
Mhm.
But you almost become numb to it. You're just like,
Yeah.
you really feel like you're a lab rat. Like you're like an experiment. Like it was just such a weird, bizarre feeling. You're coming off, you're learning all about all the controversy, how the season was received. You're trying to stay connected with your castmates. You're all you want to do, excuse me, all I wanted to do was stay in LA and be with my friends. I didn't want to leave them when we got out of the house. Like
Yeah.
leaving was so hard. I didn't want to go home. And even when I came home, I couldn't be in rooms with a lot of people. And coming from a big Italian family, that was
Tough.
pretty tough. So I would, we would have Sunday dinners for a couple of months afterwards. And I would go off in the other, like in another room and just hang out with like one or two people. I just couldn't be in a big group. It was a very weird feeling. So, um, yeah, it was very weird coming off. It was very cool,
Yeah.
very weird. I was obsessed with my cast. And time goes on and like people drift apart or people come closer together. Sis, Holly, Christy are still my best friends. I'm also great friends with Ovi, Nick, um, who else? Nicole. Oh my gosh, I love Nicole, Cliff. Like I still talk with a lot of them. Kat, David. um Kemi, like I really love all of them. Um, but yeah, it's just just time changes, I guess.
So I'm curious, a few years later, you've been off TV a while. You get the call for the challenge. Was that
Yes.
out of the blue? Were you shocked about that? And what's your reaction to getting cast? I was talking with your good friend Nicole last year in the fall. She told me she trained you to get you ready. I don't know if she was exaggerating there. She's telling you what to do.
Nicole
She said,
Zanata.
yeah.
Yeah, she
Uh,
really did, honestly. We would go to the same gym together. We went to the LA Fitness and she was training me for a while. She was. She's not exaggerating there. Yeah.
okay. So if you were to do another season of the challenge, what would you kind of do differently? Because obviously you're coming in from an outside show, and at that time it was a little more taboo for the Big Brother crew to be coming on. So you're automatically targeted, obviously, and you're not the tallest guy in the house, so that's another target. They
Right.
think they could get you out easily. What would you kind of try to do differently if you could?
To be honest with you, if I'm going on the challenge, I'm not winning. Like let's be frank. Like
Yeah.
I'm not winning. It is not a game for rookies. It is not a game for newbies. You have to show up over and over and over again to prove yourself. If I'm going on the challenge, it is just for the experience. It is
Yeah.
just to have fun. It is just to make friends. It's
Hmm.
not even for money because you don't make, I actually lost money doing the challenge.
Oh, wow.
Literally,
Wow.
you have to buy your own wardrobe. You have to buy all Under Armour wardrobe. And
Really?
yeah, and
Wow.
you get paid like like a shitty amount per week. Like it's literally, it is a labor of love. Literally, you don't even get more followers. Like there's no social media thing that really comes from
Okay.
it.
It's
The show
nothing
doesn't
from it, no
get,
gain.
there's no gain. There's no gain. Like at least for me, there wasn't.
Yeah, I thought maybe they would have put you on the CBS version when they had the Challenge USA with all the CBS people.
I was up for 40, and why did
Oh,
I turn?
really?
Oh, I turned it down because I not turned it down. I don't know if I would have gotten it, but I got the call to like
Okay.
be in the
Yeah.
process. And I said no and I put a stop to it because I'd rather be performing. I did
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast at the Muni is a theater with like 11,000 seats. It
Nice.
was a
Yeah.
3 week gig. I got to play LeFou in Beauty and the Beast. It was a dream role. And I said, I'm gonna make more money. I'm gonna fulfill a bigger passion. I want to do
Sure.
that. Like this is where I belong more.
Yeah.
The challenge is amazing. I had a great time. I'm so grateful for it. I would go back if it worked out, but
Yeah, I think
it
we need to get you and Big D as partners on the challenge, and that'd be the
was
funniest team
great.
of all time.
He's great. I really hope he gets a shot at it because he's been working his butt off.
Oh
And
yeah, and
Yeah.
we had him on, of course, and he said, he was supposed to go on, but a certain someone kind of screwed him over for the Ride or Die season, so he was left without a partner. Maybe
Mm.
I don't know if that. I mean, that was the same season you were on, so I don't
Yeah,
know if they were going to go one or the other between you or him, but it worked out for you.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I'm grateful that I got to do it. It was so much fun. I made some great friends. Some people like that I kept some great friends from that experience. So like I'm really happy with how it turned out. But I talked about before how I had a feeling when I watched Big Brother like this is meant for me. I didn't
Yeah,
feel that much the challenge. I liked it. It's fun, but and I love it actually. I'm a
right,
big fan of the show. I can't downplay it. Like I really love the show,
right.
but
Right.
I don't feel like it's meant for me the way that Big Brother did.
I
That's
think
understandable.
if she could work everything out, we got to get Marie Rhoda back on the challenge. I
I
miss
would.
Marie on TV. She was great TV. Marie's too humble, Tommy. I asked her to come on the podcast. She said, "Why do you want to talk to me? I'm not that interesting." I mean, come on, Marie. You're one of the greatest people from the real world of all time. But
Yeah.
humble Staten Islanders, Joe. They're far and few between.
Humble, very, very, you're few and far between. You
She's
talk about, knowing what's for you. So
yeah.
what currently is on the radar for you and what is next in your life?
Right now I'm in the show Titanic. It's an off-Broadway show. Funny enough, Frankie Grande was also in the show and played my part.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm doing that right now. I'm having a great time. We're gonna get married in April, so I'm like, that's like a full-time job, like planning a wedding and stuff. So that's the chapter of life right now. Who knows what the future will bring? I'm very much a take it as it comes kind of guy, and I feel confident that more exciting things are around the corner, but I just don't know what they are yet, and I'm excited to see.
Tommy, ever thought of cross your mind to go on any of these like talent-based reality shows, like the X Factor or anything like that used to be back then, where America's Got Talent or anything along those lines?
No, not really. I feel like I'm doing it already.
Right.
Like those, not to downplay it, but like maybe back in the day, I would have loved to have done So You Think You Can Dance. Like those
Yeah.
people were there. That was an incredible show at the time. But now I watch those shows and it's like I'm more interesting. I'm more interesting if you put me in a piece, not by myself, if that makes sense. Like I don't
Mhm.
think that nothing would make
Maybe
sense.
you could join the Dancing with the Stars troupe. You could be one of the
Yeah.
professionals.
That show is a dream. I actually,
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Artem's never going to be asked back, so that could be a spot right there for you.
wait, I don't know about the Artem drama. Why?
All right, so are you aware who Artem's wife is?
No.
Nikki Bella, Nikki Garcia, the wrestler.
Okay.
Well, let's just say a few weeks ago, you could check TMZ, there was a bit of a domestic dispute that is
Oh,
going to lead to them getting divorced. So,
oh, that's terrible. That's so
yeah,
sad and horrible.
yeah. So, I think, and people were saying it's because he was not asked to be on the season, so he was like flipping out. Who knows? All speculation. I don't want to speculate.
That's crazy.
Let's not dwell on that too much. But would that be a dream for you, being on that type of show?
I always say I don't want to be famous to be famous. I want to be famous so that I can be famous enough to go on Dancing with the Stars. I am obsessed with that show. But the truth is, I have no ballroom experience. So like I
Okay.
can't go on the troupe because even though I grew up dancing, it's a very different kind of dance. So like I don't know
Yeah.
how to ballroom dance. I have no idea how to do that. But I need to become famous enough just to be
To be
on
those
Dancing with the
people.
Stars, to be a
Well, so me and Joe, we're big into the Olympics, the Summer Olympics. So I think your aspirations here, Tommy, in the next 4 years, I think you got to learn breakdancing and you could be an
oh yeah.
Olympic, you could be in the Olympics as a breakdancer.
That's a good route. I gotta go down that route for sure.
Could you
So
imagine from Big Brother to the challenge to the Olympics
to the Olympics as a breakdancer.
in Los Angeles in 2028?
Oh man, it's so good. Yeah, so
Could be right at the
I'm
stars.
obsessed with that show. I love it, love it, love it. I was just catching up with it this morning. Yeah.
So in your life or your career, what would you say is your you know and right moment? What I mean by that, it's a time or place you want to pursue something. You ask somebody for advice. They said, Tommy, don't do that. That's an awful idea. Like, that's not going to work out. What are you thinking? And you're like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And in the end, you will see why it is that I'm right about this. And I could tell you, I told you so.
I don't know. That's really tough, actually. What comes to mind when you say that is like essentially it's like taking a leap of faith.
Hmm.
Um, so in theater, there's union and non-union. Um, non-union work, you get paid less. You're not part of a union, so you're not protected. Union work is like Broadway shows, is Broadway national tours, is like the best kind of shows. I was working as non-union for a few years before I booked Newsies, and I was offered an opportunity to join the union, and I turned it down because something just didn't feel right. I said, no, I'm not going to join the union yet. I kept going, booking non-union work, because here's the thing, you can't do a non-union show if you're in the union, but you can do a union show if you're non-union. So I would get hired as a non-union performer for these union shows, and they would pay me less, but I would still be in the production. I would still get the credit. Anyway, I took a leap of faith and I did not join the union 2 times that I was offered it. And had I joined the union when I was offered it those 2 times, I would not have booked Newsies. Because Newsies was looking to hire 6 non-union people, and I was one of those 6 non-union people. So the fact that I was non-union when I joined Newsies was the reason why I booked it. And the really that was what changed my life. So I don't know if that is necessarily answers your question, but that was a
Oh,
moment where
definitely.
No, that definitely does.
yeah, I trusted my gut in that moment, and
Good.
I was right. I was really right.
That's right. That's why you're on this show.
Yeah.
So, last question from me, and then we know you're a busy guy, so we'll let you go. I love asking this question to specific people, so we're gonna ask it to you. What is your zodiac sign? And for bonus, do you resonate with it?
I think we
Oh
should
yeah.
guess it, Joe. We should guess the zodiac sign.
Okay.
Do you know it?
Me? No.
All right. So you guess first, and then I'll guess, and we'll see who's right.
Uh,
I think he's giving off a certain aura. I'm pretty good at this stuff guessing. Who did I guess last time? It was Brooklyn, right?
it
Or
was
there, I
Brooklyn.
guess. I always
Yes,
get
you
it so
did.
right.
That's right.
I'm not the Zodiac guy. Joe is.
I
I think
am.
Tommy's the Zodiacs. All right, so what do
I
you
love
think,
that
Joe?
you're 2 Zodiac kings over here. I'm obsessed with this. Like, what's your sign? Let me guess. Like, I've never been asked this by guys before, and I am living for it.
That's me.
Fine.
It's me.
Fine, Joe. What do you think? What do you think?
He's a performer. So I'm inclined to say fire sign, right? You're either an Aries or a Leo.
I'm gonna guess Leo. I think he's a Leo.
Okay, I'm gonna guess Aries just to be different.
Sometimes being different isn't the way to go. You got it right, Nick.
Ah,
But you were
Leo.
right. You were right
He
there.
was right though. You got it.
you
You
know
were
why?
right.
Because Gina Marie's a Leo, right? There's
Of
just
course.
there's just this Leo
Wow.
Staten
Of
Island
course.
energy thing. I should have
Yes.
been a Leo. I came out 1 month early. I'm a
So do
Cancer.
you think Tommy resonates with the sign, with his sign, Joe?
Absolutely.
Yes, I
And
do.
one thing about Leos too is they always have great hair.
Thank you so much. I love that. Right
He's
now,
got
but
great hair. All you gotta do is just slick it back and it stays in place. You can kind of shake it a little bit. I see this. I can't do anything with this.
oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I'm into the zodiac signs, and I
Well,
am.
think of a lion. What does a lion have? A great mane. So people
Yeah, you're right.
have
You're right.
prominent Leo placements always have great hair.
Wow,
Wow.
interesting. I didn't know that about Leos, but I do
You
really
know,
resonate with the Leo sign. Everything that you read about a Leo is literally, if you read about a Leo, you know who I am.
they love to perform. They love being in the spotlight.
Yep.
Wow.
I am guilty as charged. Yeah.
Tommy,
Absolutely
last
love
thing
that.
here, obviously,
Yeah.
you watched Dancing with the Stars, you watched him on Big Brother, same with the challenge. What are your favorite non-competition reality shows? You're a big Real Housewives fan. What shows are you checking out when you get the
I only
chance?
watch competition-based
Okay.
reality shows. I'm not into lifestyle reality shows. I don't watch any of the Housewives. I don't watch Summer House. I don't watch any of those. If it's
Now,
just
Summer
about
House, that's
people,
a show you could be on.
I would love to try it. It sounds
Right, right.
fun because you're just being yourself, but
And
like
getting paid for
I
it. Yeah.
I have enough characters in my life, like in my family, that like I don't need to like escape and watch them on television. I just have to go next door. Like it's like,
That's funny.
and so, but competition-based reality shows, The Traders, Survivor, The Circle. You know what I
You
do
do
love?
good on the circle too.
I would love that. But The Circle kind of sucks, actually. It's like the
It's
worst.
not great, but again, you would do great on it.
Thanks. It would be fun to just have an experience, but out of all the shows, actually, fun fact, my cousin and my father were both supposed to be on The Circle, catfishing as me. And
Wow, that'd have been cool.
Interesting.
they
Yeah.
were flown out to the UK. They stayed there for a couple of weeks. What happened was they were going to go on the season with Brett from Big Brother. And that was going to be a whole thing. Like they were catfishing as me, and me and Brett know each other. So that was going to be a thing that they were going to have, like a storyline. But they couldn't be on that season because it was the same time as my cousin's wedding. And then the next season, they had another duo that was catfishing, and it was the Spice Girls. So the Spice Girls replaced them. So they were flown out to the UK. They filmed their intro package and then never got put on the show. But then my cousin from that experience
Wasn't she on Traders?
she got put on season 1 of The Traders.
Okay. Season 3 of Traders, Tommy Bracco.
That's
I guess let's get a Staten Islander in there, maybe.
I think I got to get more famous for that one too.
Yeah, your cousin wasn't famous, but now it's only people from the
Yeah.
Challenge or Big Brother or Real Housewives or
They got
some
big
politicians
names.
from the UK.
Yeah, they got some big names on there now. I don't think we're there.
not
So,
yet.
Tommy, this has been a lot of fun. But thank you for your time. Like Joe said, we're probably well connected. I'm sure at some point my cousin dated your cousin, or my friend's sister went to high school with you, or something along those lines. So it's great
Wait,
to catch up with a style there.
who?
Who, what?
What do you mean? Are you talking about something specific, or are you just saying that generally?
I'm just saying generally, I'm sure if we talked after this, we'll figure out a way
We
that
thought
we're
you were
kept in
serious
pieces.
for a minute.
Something tells me you have a
I
specific
think I
example
think
in your
my
brain.
friends I think my
Right.
friend's sister did go to LaGuardia with you the same year though.
And we dated?
No. No. No, I don't know anybody who dated you. I have no idea about that.
Oh my
So you
God.
dated my cousin?
No, I'm saying maybe one of my cousins dated your cousin at some point. You got the common Italian last name on Staten Island, so
All
there's
right,
many
listen, once we
Braccos.
hang up, you're going to tell me what you're talking about because I know that you're lying to me, that you know about these cousins that dated and you're not telling me on
I
the
don't know
air.
if they're related to you. We'll see. But we don't want to
We'll
put them on the
see.
spot because they're all probably happily married now at this point. But
This
this
is
has been great.
crazy.
Tommy, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you out and about in Staten Island. And that's going to do it here for this episode of You Know I'm Right. For our very special guest, Tommy Bracco, for my co-host, Joe Calabrese, I'm Nick Durst, and this has been You Know I'm Right.